This has been a big deal in New Mexico for a while now, and it is still a big deal. New Mexico is now one of only 2 states that gives driver's licenses to illegal immigrants. And now that it is one of only 2, more foreign criminals are trying to get those licenses. Investigators now estimate as many as 75% of foreign license applications are phonies. On tonight's special assignment, Tim Maestas reports on the state's fight against the flood of frauds.
These are some of the many people either suspected, charged, or convicted of cheating the system. Each of them foreign nationals, many in the U.S. illegally from countries as far away as China, desperate to get a driver's license in New Mexico.
This thing is a global situation. We live in a very dangerous time. This problem is only growing bigger by the day.
Alvin Romero heads up a team of state investigators using new techniques to track down the fakes, the fraudulent documents, the ringleaders breaking the rules to make big bucks. It's a problem News 13's Larry Barker exposed 2 years ago.
Our investigation found New Mexico the unwitting pawn of an international criminal underworld.
The demand for one of these is stronger than ever before. New Mexico is now one of only 2 states issuing driver's licenses to foreign nationals, regardless of their immigration status. The biggest rule is you have to live here and you have to be able to prove it.
Now serving 062 at window number 10.
Okay, so what are we doing for you today? Driver's license.
Since July of last year, anyone applying for the state's foreign national driver's license has to make an appointment. That change allowed MVD to better handle the demand and to collect information like this, phone numbers showing where the requests for licenses are coming from. According to a breakdown of phone numbers gathered from August of last year to April of this year, 37% of the 16,000 requests from foreign nationals came from out of state. Most came from Arizona, Georgia, and Texas.
That simply tells me that something's going on.
So it's a red flag.
It's a total red flag.
Investigators go even deeper. Another breakdown shows some phone numbers from both inside and outside New Mexico used dozens of times to make appointments. One New Mexico number was used 228 times. The top out-of-state number was used 24 times from the 602 area code in Arizona. A similar list shows the same pattern with New Mexico addresses. One address in Albuquerque was used more than 70 times.
They're always going to say, I reside somewhere in New Mexico, because they know the law.
But not everyone gets away with it. Among those busted so far, 2 Costa Rican nationals arrested in April and September of last year, accused of providing fake lease agreements so other Costa Ricans from New Jersey could get a license here. These Chinese men were arrested late last year, accused of providing dozens of out-of-state Chinese immigrants with residency documents. These Albuquerque women were busted for selling their own addresses so another 60 illegal immigrants could provide fake proof of residency.
There's a whole lot of work to try to protect and keep the integrity of this program as it is today.
Do you have a passport or a consulate ID?
Agents at MVD field offices are the first line of review.
1, 2, 3.
Applicants whose documents pass the test are issued a temporary driver's license. But then the case is passed on to state investigators, who many times see things MVD agents may have missed. Even so, Romero says he knows many fakes are slipping through the system.
Only an investigation, an in-depth investigation on each and every one of these applications would we be able to satisfy ourselves that they legitimately live in New Mexico. These licenses are out there. They legitimize people. They're very, very, very valuable.
Tim Maestas, KRQE News 13.
New Mexico has issued more than 80,000 licenses to foreign nationals since 2003, but nearly a third, 24,000, were issued in the last year alone. You might remember there was a big fight over this during the legislative session this year. The legislature ended up not banning licenses for illegals. That was during the regular session. Governor Susana Martinez says she will put it back on the agenda for the special session on redistricting this fall.